Live from the City of Angels, it's Halloween Eve.
You're with your baby, and you're parked alone on a summer night.
Hell yeah!
Love, but you're
Alice Cooper, the man behind the mask,
alright.
from Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives.
Just a dream.
I had this cassette, and I wore it out. Love this track. Here comes the chorus, everybody. Happy Halloween.
He's the man behind the mask.
Yeah. I'll bet you forgot all about this, didn't you? My specialty is remembering obscure things. I'm really good at that. Come in with your comments tonight as we discuss the best horror films of 2025. And at this point, right, we're pretty much done. So these are going to be the best horror films of the year. There's very few, if any, left in the barrel. And you can see a few of them there in my thumbnail tonight. Thanks for being here live, as always, from the City of Angels. As we get into the top 5, I don't even have 10. That's how bad this year's been. And even when you start with like a number 5, it's a film that I think is okay. I don't think it's great. But in a year that has disappointed film in and film out, and including horror, certainly, then you only get 5 films. And by the way, I'm going to tip my hand a little bit here. Guitar solo. Guess what films are not going to be in the top 5? The ones that everyone else has, right? Sinners, Weapons, 28 years later. No. Those films are not in our top 5. MMT has certain standards, and we will not fall for overrated, overvalued properties. It'll never happen here. We're authentic, we're fearless, and we're always on the right side of history. Let's do our number 5 film here. I don't even recall if I did an MMT evaluation of this. I saw it way back, I think it's been 2 months or so. Really small film. I don't even think it was playing near you, is my guess. I don't know how many theaters they had this in, but it's a mock doc, right? A fake documentary of this serial killer in San Bernardino here in Southern California. Think the Night Stalker and a true crime documentary meshed together as we talk about our number 5 film here tonight from MMT. It is called Strange Harvest. Here is a taste of the trailer, and then I'll discuss its strengths and I think weaknesses as well here on this Thursday night. Thanks for being here. This is number 5, Strange Harvest.
Earlier this morning, a horrific discovery was reported to police.
The human mind is very adept at finding patterns in things, even if they aren't there. The simplest explanation is usually the correct one. But sometimes it's actually the strangest.
A grisly crime scene has police on high alert in our Alonzo tonight.
A gruesome discovery was made of a human head. This guy was a true believer.
We are begging for you to help us.
Please send somebody.
I looked at my partner and I said, oh my God, he's back.
Okay, so you get a real good taste of what we're doing here. You've got the Zodiac Killer kind of combined with the Night Stalker, and there's the symbol that the killer leaves behind in Strange Harvest. And you look at a film like this, and I don't know the pedigree of the director, but assuming it's one of the first features this person has done, much more impressive than a film that's not in the top 5 here either here tonight when you look at a Shelby Oaks. Okay? When you watch Strange Harvest, you see someone who knows what a true crime doc looks like and then makes the film, I think, believable enough that when you're watching it, you're like, did this actually happen? Was this a killer in the Inland Empire here just east of Los Angeles? So one of the problems with the film, if you've seen Strange Harvest, is that the characters, primarily detectives, right, actors, they sometimes go too hard. They're over the top with a lot of their recalling the events of the Strange Harvest killer. And that weakens the film. But overall, I think it's impressive. It's a film that, if it's available for you on streaming, I would say you could do worse. But it is our number 5 film in a weak year. So take that into account. Our number 4 film here in 2025 is a film that some people kind of missed, in that they didn't understand that this is how you do a comedy horror hybrid. It's a very good version of that. I like the world building here. I like a lot of our number 4 film here tonight. It is Clown in a Cornfield. Here's 30 seconds.
They're the psychos dressed up like Brendo, trying to kill us. Call 911. Where's the button, Jen? What kind of phone is it?
Low budge IFC, I think, on this. But what I dig is that small town world building. The girl in this really solid. She's cute too. I mean, that helps. But it's based on a popular novel. I think there's more than one. I like the twist in Clown in a Cornfield. It's better than any of the Scream movies I've seen recently. We're going to watch Scream 7, the trailer here shortly. I have not watched it yet. So this is a first watch. I always try to save these for the live. But Clown in a Cornfield has a lot going for it. And it's a film that I think a lot of you just kind of missed and you didn't really give enough respect to. It's better than Hard Eyes. It's better than I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's better than, well, all the films that you don't see on my top 5. I think it's a better film than Weapons, because at least it knows what it is. Weapons, if it would have stayed in one lane and been a very dark, depressing film about kids going missing in a classroom, then I would have had it probably number 1. But my greatest fears realized when I watched that film. And it turns into a goofball situation at the end. It's just not a great film. It is a kitchen sinked property. What does that mean? That means that the writer decided to put everything in the film but the kitchen sink. And that's Weapons and that's Sinners. And I'm not having it. They're not in our top 5. Our number 3, getting ahead of myself. Or actually going backward in time. Our number 3 film is a film that has flaws as well. Have I mentioned this year's not been that great? But still, there's a lot to like about Together. Let's discuss after 30 seconds. Here's a taste of the film. And Dave Franco's mullet didn't get enough love in this film, but I like the relationship. I like the supernatural, real thing that happens in this film. When I saw it, I thought it would be all psychological. But no, there is a supernatural element to it. I don't think it really works, but it works enough. And the performances, obviously them being a real life couple, that manages to manifest on the screen. I had enough fun with Together. Listen, none of these films particularly scary, right? It's rare that you come across a horror film these days that has a level of menace to it. I mean, a Terrifier, yes, but also over the top. But when you look at a film like Together, you're not going to be scared. But as long as you've got me largely invested in the characters, even if I think some of that lore that gets attached doesn't quite work, I'm still high enough on Together to give it number 3 in a weak year. Now, number 2 and number 1 are both very good films. So now we're going past the pretty good to okay, I can recommend you check these out too. We're now into you need to watch these films. Now, truthfully, I might put number 2, number 1 if I were ranking the best films of the year, but I don't believe it's pure horror. We'll discuss after we watch just a bit of our number 2 horror film of 2025. It is Companion.
We've been planning this trip for months. Remember to smile and act happy.
I'm so glad we did this.
Iris, wake up. Just smile and act happy.
40% intelligence. Oh, Josh. Oh.
Smile. Iris. And act happy. Just remember to smile. Iris. And act happy. Cute trick.
She's great. One of my favorite performances this year. You talk about one you kind of forget. You know, this time of year, I do a lot of soul searching. What are the films that I've seen and who are some performances that I want to recommend? And right here, this was very early. This was like the first or second week of the year when this film came out. And I love the twists and turns. Again, not pure horror, but enough kills and enough menace, I think, to make it a horror film. I think most of you would agree if you've seen Companion, but I really love the screenplay. It's smart. Some really witty stuff happens towards the end about AI and the dangers of implementing it into your life. So there's a lot to like here with Companion, our number 2 film. Now, our number 1 film of 2025 that's a horror film is the clear number 1, okay? And it is a pure horror film. And as I just mentioned, performances that we want to tout as possible outside the box awards nominees. We're talking about Sally Hawkins in our number 1 film. It is Bring Her Back. Here's 30 seconds, and then we discuss.
I've spoken with an angel. It showed me a way to be her mother again.
Welcome to your new home.
Who is this?
My daughter. She's drowned. Some people believe the spirit stays in the body for months after death. We can bring her back. Did I do it right?
And the thing about Bring Her Back that I love about this being the number 1 horror film of the year, it's savage. It has some stuff that occurs in it that will have you wincing, right? So this is the closest thing to pure horror, I think, of all the films that we've gone through here tonight. And very clear number 1. And when you talk about the directors here, right? YouTubers who became directors, Talk to Me, now Bring Her Back. They have gone 1-2. Both films, super impressive. You talk about YouTubers who turned into quality directors. It's not Chris Stuckman. It's the Philippou brothers. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm pretty sure. But this film is really brought home by Sally Hawkins, who is such a great actress. And to see her here as this grieving mom who wants to bring her daughter back through witchcraft. I mean, listen, you've seen films like this before. I'm not telling you that this stuff is always original, but it's done well here. The kids are interesting, and Sally Hawkins. And then I think the finish, I would have even liked a darker finish. But I think all in all, you get a really strong horror film with our number one film in a weak year, but still, this is a very good film. It would be in my top 5 in virtually any year for horror. It is Bring Her Back. And let's make certain this is clear. Bring Her Back is a stronger horror film than Weapons, okay? If you don't understand that, you need to leave. You can show yourself the door and walk out. We're good, okay? You don't belong here. You don't know what you're doing, okay? I'm sorry I have to do that. It's how I operate this channel. I'm not the guy who's going to say, well, no. Bring Her Back because of, listen, here's the thing that is the problem with most films that I see that I have an issue with. It is the inability to know exactly what it is. You got to know what it is you are, and you got to be able to deliver on what you are and be the best version of that possible. Weapons? What the fuck is this shit? What are you doing, Zach? What is this? Why did you kitchen sink it? Why can't you just stick to this eerie story of kids walking out of their houses in the middle of the night? No. Instead, we got to throw all this shit in there. My favorite is the spinning AK-47. And when someone asks Zach, why is there a spinning AK-47 that materializes above one of the houses? Well, I don't know. And he didn't even say that, right, to have you think. He literally doesn't know. He's like, well, I mean, the kids are missing. It's a school shooting. Let's just throw a fucking AK-47. Oh, it's brilliant. That's the typical, right? That's it. Oh, it's fucking brilliant. This is film Twitter. Oh, let me stroke my chin. Weapons is the most overrated film of the year along with Sinners. So why do you think they're not on our top 5? I would watch any of the films here in our top 5 way before I ever watch another frame of Weapons or Sinners. That's for sure. Okay, so we have it right. I'm going to get to as many comments as possible, and then we're going to watch the trailer for, what did I say tonight? Scream 7. Coach, coming in here with a super chat on this Thursday night. Can I even read it? There it is. Begonia was incredible. Strong rebound for Yorgos. Hey, man, it opened tonight. This is going to be a weird weekend at the multiplex because there's not going to be a lot of big films. Obviously, there's nothing that's big that's opening this weekend except for Begonia. Remember, Coach, the gold standard, baby. What did I tell you about Begonia? The best of Yorgos' 3 films he's had in the past 3 years of the triumvirate. This is the best. And now you agree with me. I knew you would. And was I right, Coach? This film is very straightforward. There's nothing too weird in Begonia. Yeah, the ending is wild. But I'm saying what happens and what you're told with the story is true versus bullshit and some twist and you're like, what? No, it isn't. And that's the strength of Begonia. It's not too out there. Even though it's out there, it's not too out there. It manages to still give you what you expect. And that's what I want. I'm not saying I always want something that I expect. I'm just telling you that I don't mind if a film can do that. It makes it easy. Do you consider Predator next week horror, sci-fi? Sci-fi, definitely not horror. No. Predator I would never, ever call horror. It would never happen. I disagree. Gone Grown, you can take over the comments. I saw you jump in there. I disagree with you. Bring Her Back's better. I like Talk to Me. I'll tell you this. I think I like the visual flair of Talk to Me, but I like the more menace of Bring Her Back. They're both very good. Again, YouTubers who transition successfully to directors, these guys, not Stuckman. Chris Stuckman showed me nothing watching Shelby Oaks. Nothing. I had nothing positive to say about that film, right? Except for a little bit of the beginning. But let me tell you, you look at the beginning of Shelby Oaks and that mock documentary, everything in Strange Harvest is done better than that. Strange Harvest is a better film than Shelby Oaks. You know, no one's better, man. I'm sorry, guys. I have to say, but it's true. We're the gold standard because we're objective. I want to mention this quickly. I went to a movie tonight and I walked out. I'm at the point now where if I do not like a film, I am not going to suffer through the rest of it. I watched the film the other night. We'll talk about it on Sunday that I suffered through, and you're all going to pay the price. That's on Sunday. That's If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which I would like to kick the film into the fucking abyss. But I'm not doing this anymore with these films. I'm walking out. It's just, I got 4 A-lists. I can walk out. This list is incomplete without The Ugly Stepsister. Okay, let me give you a little asterisk there, because I know Mount Fillmore and a lot of you were saying you got to watch Ugly Stepsister. I'm sorry, I didn't get around to it. I will try to see this film, and I will break it down. We'll do an evaluation, because I didn't get to it. But at least I'm telling you, I didn't see it. I saw everything else. I mean, look, who saw Strange Harvest? Me. What, 2 other people? So, yeah, I hear and I understand that that's a cool, it looks cool. I think it's shot on film. It's got that look I'd probably like. It just didn't happen because I had too many films at that time. I didn't get around to it. But I don't doubt you, Mount Fillmore. I don't. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do the trailer watch for Scream 7. I have not seen it. This is brand new to me right now. So if you think I've rehearsing this shit, I can promise you this. I have not. I have seen nothing. I know nothing. Let me preface everything we're about to watch by saying this. Scream 6 is one of the worst things I've ever sat through. The most laughably stupid film that I can recall of late. Go back and look at my stream from that. Scream 6 sucks. One of the only people to say that. So as I give you full disclosure going into Scream 7, I am not thrilled to watch this. But I will watch the trailer and comment as warranted. Here we go. MMT live trailer react starts now.
This is it.
Can't believe we're staying at the Psycho Killer B&B.
Oh, that's so cool. It's a motion detector.
I like that guy, although he's always kind of playing, right, that half goofy, half serious. He's really good in theater camp, this dude. Theater camp's great. I don't care what anyone tells you. Gone Girl, you're fucking wrong, bro. Theater camp is funny. I really like theater camp. Oh, God, swinging from a chandelier. Good Lord. Do I have to watch this shit? I mean, okay, sort of, but...
Hello?
Now, look who's back. Can I get a paycheck? I mean, she doesn't really work in anything else, so it's like, yeah, I guess I'll do Scream 7. How much you gonna offer me? $250,000? She could hold out for more, but I mean, really, other than, I mean, let's just be honest with each other. Has she had a career beyond Scream? Not really. She had some chances, but never really succeeded as a movie actress. I'm just calling it what it is, man. What do you want? It's why we're the gold standard. I don't hold back.
Did you miss me? Nice little town you found. You and your pretty daughter. Reminds me of
that voice. It's just so goofy at this point, right? It's not even menacing. You and your little daughter. That voice, it feels almost like AI at this point. Who is the guy who does this? Is it AI? It might be. I honestly, it sounds like it.
Where we grew up.
Well, you sure know.
It's so forced, right? It doesn't sound like someone who would just talk like I'm talking right now. It's like, how about that town where you grew up? Are you ready for us to come and kill you?
A lot about me for another asshole hiding behind a voice changer.
Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney. Not this time.
I mean, why do you even want to watch this, guys? Give me a reason why you want to see this shit. Take your brain, leave it out in the common area before you go in because there's no reason that you should want to watch this shit again.
Down to the end.
I'm sorry, is this supposed to be scary? Because this is like Scary Movie, right? At this point, it's just laughable. Just like Scream 6, where they're like climbing on ladders between apartments in New York. It's just terrible. Oh my God, a jump scare!
I want to be a fighter like you. If you.
I mean, we just did this shit. We just did it. Are you guys going to go see this? Are you really going to pay to see this? If you have A-list, fine. I don't care. But don't pay to see this shit. Make them stop making this crap.
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
Let's unmask this
Until
fucker.
you're here to see it. Fuck.
Your friends died for just being near you.
Where is my daughter? Tatum, listen to me. He's trying to find another way in. We're gonna do this together. You're gonna have to shoot him through the wall. Where? To the right of the door.
Is that the girl from I Know What You Did Last Summer? I can't even really tell.
Shoot him now! Do it now!
That was horrible. Did you guys see that? The updated version that just came out? Oh.
Oh, you got it. He's dead. You need to make sure you shoot him in the head.
I'm gonna burn it all down.
Mother...
So now it's Halloween, right? Essentially, he's Michael Myers. I mean, look, it's same shit. We're doing Jamie Lee Curtis. Good Lord. Yeah, that's a hard pass. No, I mean, I'll watch it. You guys know I have to. I have to. And I'll have to sit through it. Like, the film I walked out of tonight was small, Iranian film, and I was just, like, not into it. And I'm not going to review it because that's not fair. But Scream 7 I'll have to sit through. Scream is now the Fast and Furious of horror. It is, right, Luis? It's very much like... I liked Fast X, though, because it was just so dumb. Much better than Fast 9. Not that I want to see Fast 11, but I'm just saying, you know, for what it is, brainless entertainment. This is, but, you know, listen, when I watch horror, I just want to see something scary, something grounded. I'm so tired of the comedy-horror hybrid. It just doesn't work. It rarely works. Hard Eyes, trash. I Know What You Did Last Summer, trash. Sony Pictures just puts out nothing but garbage, right? What was the other one? Until Dawn. That wasn't even a hybrid. That was just horror and bad. What was the other one? Tarot. Thanksgiving. Like, Sony horror is some of the worst shit ever made. Is this Sony? It probably is. It is, isn't it? It's not. There's a Paramount. Scream's Paramount. It makes some money. That's the thing. It makes some money. Please check out the trailer for Psycho Killer. Listen, I'll only do it because it's a horror film. Otherwise, I'm not doing it because this is all going to be horror tonight. We're not talking about the fact that movie theaters are dead. We're not talking about awards. We're talking about only horror films, and we're going to watch a little bit of The Fog. Okay? Just a little, right? The Fog. Listen, you talk about atmospheric horror and nailing a level of eeriness. It is John Carpenter's The Fog, and we'll watch a little bit of that in a minute. Well, what I can, you know, without getting banned from YouTube and X and copyright bullshit. I mean, I already played the Alice Cooper track to start, so it's already done, and I've already shown a bunch of trailers and things, because I don't do this to get monetized. I'm not like those people that are on X going, well, I don't have my tweets being seen, so I don't know if I should tweet anymore because I can't monetize my $8 that I get for the impressions on one of my viral bullshit posts. Imagine being that sad with your life. That's what you live for. I've got to make sure I get monetized so that I send out all of my divisive shit on X, that I get people to watch it, consume it, and get all those impressions. Or the film people, let me recycle other people's shit and I'll get impressions. Your life has hit the bottom of the barrel if you're talking about hitting impressions. Who gives a shit? Do it because you love it. Do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because I gotta get paid my $8. All right, what is it called? It's a random rant in the middle of the stream I did not expect to have. Is it new? Luis? Is it new? Who's asking me to see this? Oh, Luis. Let's see. Is it new? Let me find it. Let's look. Or here, can you guys see? I'm looking. This is live. This is what happens. It's called what again? Eternity, Dead Man Wire. What the hell? I'll type it in. What's it called? It's called Psycho Killer. All right, let's check it. Psycho. Hold on. Psycho. Weber types in videos on YouTube. Okay, Psycho Killer. Now, hold on. Trailer. That's the Talking Head Psycho Killer. It's not what we want. Here it is. All right, let's watch it. Hold on. This is for you, Luis. Okay, here we go. Megas Flavor. Did you like that? But it's true, right? All those people on X are like, I'm not getting monetized. Oh, shut the fuck up. Just do it because you love it. The love of the game. Imagine if I came on a stream and, well, I'm not getting enough super chats, so I'm not going to do a stream. This isn't going to be monetized, so I don't think I can continue on. Just do it because you want to do it. You want to go off on shit and tell people what is right and what is wrong. What's wrong with that? Why do you need to worry about monetization?
It hasn't even been 48 hours since you buried your husband.
Right off the bat, I haven't seen this, Luis Trace, but I can tell you that I'm into whatever this is. Whoever directed this, I already love the aesthetic. Look at this shot. This is a shot right here of the Mustang. Out in the snow, right? The angle. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
I hope to help you come to grips with. No matter how many times.
That's a great shot, too, right? You got to understand that cinematography matters. That's a shot. That's beautiful, right? Give me just a beat of that, and then this is what makes elevated direction versus generic direction, right? Just a random, just a nice wide shot. It gives you the feeling of being in a cinema.
How many times you replay what happened? The outcome is inescapable.
This looks like this shot right here, right? This is great. A lot of really good camera work here. Good cinematography. Oh, hey, first of all, 7, yeah, but we talked about 8mm before, right? 8mm is such a cool concept. I love the idea. I don't think it's the best version it could be. Quickly, remember my story. Remember my story of Joaquin Phoenix. Just quickly, I'll make it, because whenever I see 8mm, I have to tell the story. So I went to a screening of Joaquin Phoenix's I Wish You Were Never Here. Was that what it was? And he was there. I go to the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom, and it's Joaquin Phoenix. And I'm like, hey, man, just real quick, I like the movie. And it reminded me of 8mm. And Joaquin Phoenix, not a very big guy, pretty short. He looked at me, and he goes, you know what? You're right. I never thought of that until now. These are the moments that you live for, right? When you run into a celebrity, someone that you respect, can I hit him with something that maybe is just weird enough to make him say, wow, versus, you're so cool, Joaquin. I loved you in Joker. This is pre-Joker. But I loved you in The Master, which I could have said, because I think Master's PTA's best film. Okay, so producers of Barbarian and Weapons is going to be Boulder Light, who, you know, hey, if you're watching like Boulder Light, I've gone to lunch with one of the Boulder Light guys before. Nice. Took me to lunch. Listen, I'm never going to turn down a really good meal at Steven Spielberg's Mom's Restaurant in West LA. See, I have to tell these stories so you guys understand that I'm connected to this. It's not just some random guy in Dayton, Ohio who's doing. No, I've done these things. You think how do you make up a story like that? That'd be the weirdest shit ever. First of all, I love whatever's happening here with the sound design and whatever that is. That's cool. I'm in. This looks amazing, okay? Luis Trace, you win a gold star from me. You get whatever you want for your next pick. Not tonight, but this looks fucking great. This looks like long legs only, like great. Longlegs was just brought down by that supernatural twist. Oh, by the way, we're going to sneak a doll into the house, and the doll's going to possess the... What the hell? Yeah. I'm 100% down with that. What studio is that, by the way? Hold on, let me see. Let me go a little further. Let's see what it says at the bottom. 2020. Does it come up at the beginning? Who is that? It's got to be a major studio because that looks really good. There's nothing. What? I don't know whose studio. You guys tell me. But this looks great. This looks menacing, unrelenting. It knows what it is. There's not going to be some kind of bullshit comedy angle that ruins the entire film. Yeah, it looks really good. Sid Davis, I would agree. I'm down for Psycho Killer. And by the way, to my friends at Boulder Light, to my friend Roy Lee, who watches the stream, Roy Lee is the producer behind Barbarian and Late Night with the Devil. And I assume I think he's got a weapons. Yeah, he's a weapons producer. Roy was listen, I went to Strange Darling, the premiere here in LA, and I was walking around and, just doing my thing. And out of nowhere, I'm going to get a drink. Listen, I drink Miller Lite. I'm not like some kind of high IPA thing. Do you have Coors Light, Miller Lite, Mick Ultra? I want something just like real generic. I grew up in Ohio. I'm like, Midwest kid. And I grabbed it, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, he's like, Eric! I go, hey, well, hi there. And he goes, I'm Roy Lee. I go, Roy. And he was like, I watched the stream. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And we talked about Strange Darling and talked about, so yeah, Roy, I assume you're part of this. I could go look on IMDb right now. Roy, if you're watching, I know you watch. So if you're watching, you're hearing it right here. I want to see this. I won't ruin it. If you let me see it, I will not tell anyone I saw it. I'll make that deal. Now, when it comes out, then I'll have to say what I have to say. But if you let me see it early and you don't want me to say anything, I can. People, I think, misunderstand how I operate. If you let me see a movie really early, I had a director one time come into my DMs and say, hey, Eric, we'd like you to watch this. I want you to see it, but I'm afraid of what you're going to say. Well, first of all, don't be, because I'm hoping to make your film better. Now, in this case, it's finished. Can't do anything about it. Fine. At least I can constructively critique it. Maybe not right now, because obviously you don't want me to talk about it. But when it's time, we can talk about it. Or mention all the things that we just saw. The cinematography, the mood, the singular tone of the film. We can do that. So I'm down for that. So hit me up. 20th Century. Okay, well, there you go. Which, of course, is Disney. Which, of course, merged from Fox to Disney. But, yeah, that makes sense because Barbarian was Searchlight, right? Or was it Fox? It was Fox. Whichever. Searchlight, Fox, they're all part of Disney. My point is that's the old Fox, right? Searchlight and 20th Century Fox. And so, yeah, so it makes sense. But this looked great. This looks better than Weapon. Because Weapons, again, has so much going on that takes you out of what it's trying to do. This looks better from a filmmaking perspective, too. Who directed this? Hold on, let me look. Hold on, let me go. And then we're going to watch some Fog. Hold on, let me see. Psycho. Let me see who directed this. Because now I'm real. You guys understand, I don't watch a lot of trailers. I try to stay away from Twitter as much as possible now. It's just something it's just a waste of time half the time, right? People bitching about getting monetized, people, railing on politics all the time. Listen, I like talking about politics in my spare time and says to other people about things that are wrong with the world. But I don't want to do this entire stream where I'm just talking about this is awful, this is awful. We could talk about the UK and that horrific stabbing. Okay, yeah, great. We can do that. But I'd rather do this right now. We can talk about that, and that should never happen in a civilized society. But we're going to talk instead about Psycho Killer. Here it is. Gavin Polone, directorial debut. Let's look him up. Let's get some information on this guy. He's a film and television producer. Background, graduated from Berkeley. He's worked as a producer. He was an actor in a few things, like a long time ago. But yeah, is this his first as director? Jane by Design. What the hell is that? That's a series. That was an ABC Family. Okay. Twisted. That was a TV series. Finding Carter. That was the TV series. And then this is wow. That's interesting. So Gavin Pallone, this looks really good. Really, really good. So thank God we have something to look forward to in the new year. Just looking through some of this. Okay, cool. Good call. Didn't know that existed, but this is why I love you guys. You guys help me out. Listen, I only have so much bandwidth for so much information. And at some point I'm like, you guys can help me out. I have no problem with that. What shill have you ever asked? I wanted to see my film, but scared. Well, exactly. That's I see what you're saying, Mega Swiper. There isn't any. And that's the thing, right? We talk about this all the time with Film Twitter. Film Twitter, you listen, you don't understand. I'm the hero. I'm tired of having this conversation. I'm the hero. And what you don't understand, and I tell you these stories, these aren't made up. I don't make shit up. And this is what makes them so unhappy. The other critics don't understand. There is no one in this space who carries more weight with their words than me. No one. Not one person. Okay? Whether you've heard of me or you're not, or you haven't, let me just give you a hint. People who know have. And that's my point. Guys, my life is crazy enough that I don't have to make up shit. Okay? When I tell you a story about Elizabeth Olsen hitting on me, it happened. Can you not sort of picture that? I mean, that's the thing that makes me different than everyone else in the space. I am not cut from the same cloth that the majority of people in this space are. And that's not just physically. That is mentally. That is fearlessly. Thank you for that word. Right? That's what we do. And the haters hate it because it's a mirror back on them and everything they're not. And the thing is why be like that? Just respect. Say, this guy's got game. This guy's legit. This guy, if you want to say is him, I'm totally down with that because it's true. But you have to respect it. And I know that might drive you crazy, but learn to live with it, as Ric Flair said, because it's the best thing going today. And the reason that we continue to keep that reputation is because I do not pull punches. I never have, and I never will. And that makes me the gold standard. No one else in this space can come close. It's not even a second place. Listen, I didn't turn down Elizabeth Olsen. Okay. I'm gonna just quickly, the whole story's not being told. I've told it too many times. When I was talking to Elizabeth Olsen at the party for, what the hell was that movie that Weinstein dumped and someone else picked it up? It had Jeremy Renner in it. What was it called? Detective thing. Someone knows it. Okay. We're at the Beverly Hilton by the pool. Do you see? I can paint all the picture because I know the story. It's true. I'm not making it up. And she was stunning. Elizabeth Olsen dropped dead. But let me tell you, when we were talking, and it was not like a 5-minute conversation, it was long. And people were kind of coming in and cutting in, and she still was like hanging out. So, okay. But listen, just telling you, it's what happened. At the end, when she was leaving, she had to go do a screening. I said, listen, I'm going to this other thing, so if you're around, you can stop by that party. Because that's when I was going to like multiple events, when Weber was doing L.A. Now I'm kind of like, just go to the AMC 16 and come home and chill. I'm getting older. But listen, I shot my shot. I took the shot. So I don't want to hear anybody say, you didn't at least try. Right? I shot my shot. How many of you can say you shot your shot with Elizabeth Olsen? None of y'all. That's what I'm talking about. When you get that one moment in life, you take it. You don't go, oh, I wish. You take it. And that, I'll tell you what, since that night, honest to God, I just said that's how I'm going to live my life for the rest of my life. We're going to take the shot if you have it. You're not going to hold back. We're going to empty the holster. Sadly, there was no emptying the holster. Oh my God, what, like, who is this and what are we watching? Let me remind you, this is the Halloween edition of MMT. Just so you know what's happening. I feel like there's, we want to watch something from the fall. Give me a second. All right. I want to talk to this. By the way, this was our stream tonight. This was the best horror films. If you missed some of it, you can go back and watch. By the way, if you're watching on X and you're like, well, where is this guy all the time? Because I can't get enough of this content. You need to go to YouTube and you'll find every hour upon hour, thousands of hours of mostly mediocre streaming. That's available for you on Midnight Movie Talk on YouTube. Okay. Go search MMT/Midnight Movie Talk, and you will find us, and you can find it. Thank you, Kusma. It was Wind River. See, like if I was making up a story, I'd be like, I don't even remember the movie. Wind River, Beverly Hilton, by the pool, took my shot, Elizabeth Olsen dropped dead. But that's it. What do you want? That's it. There you go. There's your night. It's not. Imagine it, like if you're talking about someone who's like making stuff up. They're like, well, I don't really recall. I think it was maybe right. Nope. And nope. Okay. So these stories are accurate, true, and 100% authentic. Just like this channel. All right, let's watch just a second of this. Give me a second. Let me find it. This is great. One of my favorite horror films of all time. And what I love about this is wait till you see the cinematography. This is the title sequence for The Fog, which is one of my favorite horror films of all time, John Carpenter's classic from 1980. Or is it 79? 80. Okay, here we go. Watch a little bit of this. This is great. We're going to show the bay. I just love this shot. Here it is. I found it. Look at that. Get the wind. Oh! So good. Like, listen, the young me, when I watched this, it was on Fritz the Night Owl. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. I've told the story before. And Fritz the Night Owl, anyone from Columbus knows I'm from Columbus, because you wouldn't know that otherwise. It was on Friday night, and it was like a drive-in show at 11:30 at night after the news on Fridays. He would play films that were weird, Godzilla films, horror films. And this was on regular television. It was the CBS affiliate, WBNS. And they played The Fog, and I was little. I was young. And I go, what the fuck? See, when I was young, I didn't know that this was good cinematography. I just go, that looks good. Now I know whatever, that's a wide, like that is shot beautiful. What a atmospheric shot, giving us an idea of Antonio Bay, which is where The Fog happens. But wow. And by the way, I think I still have, let's play for a minute. Let's just go ahead and go back and let me find it. I've got it here, I think. Oh, I do. Look what I have. Listen. Yeah. Perfect. Let's leave this on for the rest of the stream. Anyone who's seen it knows exactly what you're listening to. One of my favorite scores of all time. John Carpenter's The Fog. By John Carpenter. This came out right after Halloween, right? And it was misunderstood. I know it was punched up with gore. Like that sailing boat or the shipping, whatever, the fishermen. They're out there and the fog rolls in and all those stabs and kills were added because the studio was like, this isn't violent enough. But that's not the strength of The Fog. The Fog is a ghost story, and just the way with the score and the way that it unfolds and everything is just so atmospherically perfect in this film. I probably will watch it tomorrow night on Halloween because it's one of my favorites of all time. I've seen it so many times. The Thing, right? And did you see it in theaters? Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, another great score. Someone was saying let John Carpenter come back and direct. He's old. Someone said, but he's old. Because I've had a lot of discussions lately about how directors that get older lose the fastball, lose the curveball, lose every pitch. And I think that's... Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Fog's coming up 14th Street. 7th, Main. You guys have seen The Fog? Yeah, like Stevie Wayne. It's Fog. The Fog, get inside. It's coming up Carpenter Street. Now it's turning on Main. Make your way to the old church. Find the old church. Dude, you don't understand. Everything you watch on this stream is live, and I do not rehearse any of this shit. I literally came out of the movie I walked out of tonight, and I go, let's just fire it up. Let's go early. I'm ready. Let's do this. I mean, I don't even Other than I sort of knew what the top 5 would be, and I'd watch this. Everything else that happens here, I had no idea what's going to happen. And neither do you. That's the magic of this. And I think that's why we're better. You know, we're just live all the time, every time. I rarely, if ever, post a video because it's not how I like to operate. I like to just shoot. So that's how it goes. But then the recordings are always on Midnight Movie Talk. All right, I'll have open comments here, and we'll just listen to this in the background. But yeah, it really is. If you have not seen The Fog, make this a high priority event for tomorrow after you do your trick-or-treating with your kids, or you trick-or-treat, or whatever. Tomorrow night, I plan to be on my bike. I'm going to bike all over Burbank and Toluca Lake. And I was going to stream it, but I really don't have a great way to do it. But I'll take pictures and post them on X of, like, the insanity. Because trust me when I say this, Burbank and Toluca Lake are heavily trafficked. So many people come here to trick-or-treat because you've got haunted houses. These people build these gigantic houses. There's one up the street. There's a full-on, like, universal haunted house the guy built in his front yard. Not like, it's got a roof. It's like a barn he built in front of his house. That's what it's like here on Halloween. So maybe I'll live stream tomorrow, but I got to get like a camera that like I can put on my helmet or something. But I would love to because it'd be super cool. The Fog Scene is 5 minutes long on YouTube. Best original piano score. Yeah, right. Oh, here's Stevie Wayne. Hold on.
Across the water into the darkness.
So good.
Look for the fog.
So good. Oh, I love it. I'm getting goosebumps. So great. I'm just going to leave it up for the rest. All right, open comment time here tonight. If I think of anything else, oh, yeah, and there's the final kill. Oh, wait, if you haven't seen it, you'll see it. Let's do the comment blast closeout. Now, listen, here's the deal. If there's something else I might get to, but it's only horror tonight. Anything that's not horror related, it will be on Sunday. I'll just push it there because I just want it. You got the orange background. I've got everything tonight, right? Oh, by the way, some love for the kit tonight. Tonight's kit is Morelia from Liga MX Expansión. This was very hard to get a hold of. This is the Day of the Dead kit. And if you can see, it's got like this orange kind of sash across it. It's really, this is awesome. Very singular kit. And as you guys know, I have now over 150, and this one's really perfect. But I figured we'd keep the orange up for one last night. And then on Sunday, I hate to break it to you, but we got to go back. I'm going to let you guys vote. In the comments, you can vote. We're either going to go to the traditional purple, okay, which I think we're going to rotate, or we can go to a hard pink. It's either the pink or it's the purple coming up on Sunday, but this is our final night here for a while for the orange. And of course, on Sunday morning, we do the Midnight Movie Money, then we got the green. You see, we got everything covered. Everything. They're releasing The Shining. I know. You know what? Are the tickets available now, Luis? I think if they are, I'm going to get one because I saw that and then I looked and it wasn't up on the AMC app yet. So I do want to check that out in IMAX because that's been a long time. I saw that when I was a kid. Again, right? The Fog I've watched multiple times. I have not watched The Shining multiple times. I watched it one time when I was young and didn't quite grasp the magnificence of it. So I'm going to do it again. Favorite 2000s horror flick. Oh, you know what? First one that comes to mind. There's a few, but I love Jeepers Creepers. I really do. Jeepers Creepers is great. The second and third and the fourth, horrible. Oh my God. But the second one was manageable. Third one's unwatchable. Fourth one's laughable. But no, listen, honestly, the first Jeepers Creepers is what I like. A monster movie, right? It's got the kills. It's got the relationship of Derry and Trish. Is that right? I think that's right. I've seen that movie so many times. And it's tight. I know Victor Salva. I get what you guys are going to say. You're going to say Victor Salva is a piece of shit. That's not what we're talking about. Jeepers Creepers is an effective horror film. And I love a creature feature, and it is that. Forget what he did. Okay? Leave that out. Just like Woody Allen or whatever we talk about. I'm just talking about as a film, Jeepers Creepers is really, yeah, it's a great villain. It's a great, the mythology and the lore that's created with that is fantastic. And it's also just scary as fuck looking, right? This gigantic lizard creature thing, that is cobbled together from a bunch of other animals that it eats and then puts on the cowboy hat. What the hell is this shit, right? I remember when I watched that trailer, they kind of, right, Trish, let's watch it. Let's just watch the, fuck, instead of me talking about it, it's just, I've already blown through the stuff, so let's watch the Jeepers Creepers. Hold on, Jeepers Creepers trailer. Because I remember watching it, and that's when they still had the voiceover, right? Every 23 years. Here it is. Let's check it out. One sec. Hold on. Let me turn down the fog music, and I'll go back and do that. Comment Plus goes here. Bang. I'm always down to watch a little bit of Jeepers Creepers. Here we go. Now on Blu-ray. All right, here we go. Opening scene right here.
I haven't seen a car.
By the way, shot in Florida, I believe Ocala. I used to live in Orlando, and this is out a little bit north and west. They shot Jeepers Creepers, a lot of it on the freeways right there. In fact, I used to drive on this freeway to go over to, I forget what the name of the little town is over there, but near Ocala and all that, north of Orlando.
50 miles.
You know what I just thought of, right?
Kenny and Darla.
You believe that story?
That they had to go looking for her head.
They only found the car.
They never found her head.
There it is. Yep. That's that stretch of like 46 or whatever across Central Florida, like the middle of nowhere, Central Florida.
What's he doing?
This, okay. So right when you see this, right, you're like, who's the dude wearing the cowboy hat, the top hat, whatever the fuck it was? I think it's cowboy hat, and he's stuffing people down the chute. And you, at the time, I think the trailer, let's make sure, but I'm pretty sure the trailer doesn't reveal that it has that creature feature thing. It's just like a serial killer.
Dump something down that pipe.
Wrapped in a sheet. Is this your idea of a little adventure?
I'm just gonna look.
Hello? You know the part in scary movies where somebody does something really stupid and everybody hates them for it? This is it.
What a line, right? That is a classic line. It really is. I've used it here on the stream, right? Because it hit so perfectly. Because you're like, yeah, it's true. In every horror movie, someone does something really dumb. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? In fact, Geico made that great commercial, right? Where everybody's running. They're like, let's go hide in the shed with all of the tools that can kill us. That's what it's all emanates from, essentially this line from Jeepers Creepers way back in 2001. And if I'm not mistaken, Jeepers Creepers came out right before September 11th. In fact, I think it was in theaters when September 11th hit. And I went to see Jeepers Creepers in theaters because I was just like, get my mind off of September 11th. Am I right? I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Every 23rd spring, for 23 days, it gets to eat.
She's great, right? The psychic who sees the visions of Jeepers Creepers of this thing coming after them.
What the hell is that thing?
Right there, like that shot is amazing, right? Look at that. Okay, totally creepy. I was younger when I saw this, but even now, right, for a horror film, that looks good. You know, this film would still look solid today. There's nothing that dates Jeepers Creepers. Forget Victor Salva and all the shit. I'm just saying the film.
Go, 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 go! It's stuck in reverse!
You must have 5, maybe 600 bodies down there.
Got something.
I mean, there could be truth to that, Coach.
One of you.
Yeah, that's a great scene, too. That's a great scene when the creeper's on top of the car. This is when this kind of music was big, right? 2001. That kind of rage rock. That's the opening scene's really fantastic, where he kind of creeps up from behind in that crazy looking truck.
You think he's dead?
They never are.
Yeah, if you've not seen Jeepers Creepers, high recommend on this film. Yeah, I've watched it multiple times. In fact, I could even watch it again right now. It's tight. It's got a nice savage ending to it, right? You always got to have that in a horror film. I don't want everyone to live. Without giving it away, I don't want everyone to live. And this film does that. So kudos to Victor Salva for the film, not for what you did off screen. All right. Listen, how many times we talk about that here on MMT? The ability to extract things from people, right? Versus, I always go back to Chris Benoit. I've said this, for everyone, roll your eyes if you heard this story, but quickly, Chris Benoit, arguably the greatest scientific wrestler of all time. No one whipped a suplex like him, like whack. I mean, he would just like snap. I mean, Dynamite Kid, but that was his was it his uncle? But guess what? Chris Benoit murdered his wife and his young son. So, right? But as a wrestler, technically, one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. See, that's extracting. So Victor Salva, director, Jeepers Creepers. Victor Salva, the creep, son of a bitch. Here, right? You got it. Yeah, we're allowed. There's no rules. You can't tell me what I can do. You can't tell me I can't talk about something. Not going to work. Not going to happen with me. I don't operate that way. Don't tell me what I can and cannot talk about. Okay? What did you think of Powder from Victor Salva? I never saw Powder. Never saw it. I remember it being kind of a pretty big film in the 2000s, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was the late 90s. I never saw it. You know, there's just certain films. I mean, not that I'm ever going to go back and watch Powder. Is it good? I don't know. But, you know, I'm not professing I've seen every film. I can tell you this. I've seen virtually every film since I decided I wanted to like really focus on this. Since 2011, I've seen virtually everything that's come out that of note from 2011 to 2025. Now, before that, everything I saw as a kid and select films that I've gone back and revisited. But, you know, once I fully said, let's get into this and let's really do this, then I really committed. And I think at this point, though, I got to be honest with you guys, I'm at the point where I'm going to start saying no to things, right? Like tonight, I started with a film that is being touted as possibly a best picture or best director. It was just an accident. And I got into it about an hour in, and I do not love the film. I don't think it's awful. I just don't want to stay. So I go, I'm leaving. I walked out. I watched the sunset. Everything was good. Like, I have that ability. Now, granted, does that mean I can review the film? No. But if I sit through a film, if I review a film, I sat through the whole thing. Remember when I saw Alto Nights? The Robert De Niro one that came out this year? I told you I walked out. I watched an hour. I was bored. I'm leaving. Like, I don't have to stay. Last I checked, I don't have a rule that I have to stay. I can leave, just like you can. Did you ever see the 2000 remakes? I never saw the Hills Have Eyes remake. Okay, I've heard it was really savage, right? Texas Chainsaw 2003. I don't think I did. I didn't see the Friday 13th either. I don't think I saw any of them. I was doing local news then, right? Remember I told you guys I used to be a local news anchor. I did local news from 2001, right when Jeepers Creepers came out, all the way through till 2015, 16. And then I'm done. I can't even imagine going back to that because, you know, what's funny is now that I do this, and you guys can probably see the live. I did live. I'm better now than I even was then. I got to be honest with you, because once you've done this so many times, you guys can see. Look, I've been going an hour and two, and I can still go, and I'm by myself. Do you see 4 other boxes? Do you see anyone else? Do you see me going off someone else? No, I can run and be the Energizer Bunny and go. I've done a 3-hour stream on Avatar 2 being suck ass. Go back and watch that. It's on the YouTube channel. But I can't imagine going back to a local news because I could never do the teleprompter thing again, right? In the past, right, there's people, if you've watched like Grace Randolph, she's reading a teleprompter. So the teleprompter would be right here, and she's not really looking at the camera. Now, what am I looking at? I'm looking at your comments and what I'm pushing. I'm pushing videos. I'm pushing, right? I'm looking for the Jeepers Creepers thing. I'm getting everything ready. So I try to produce it live. I don't have someone doing Gongro helps me with comments, but my job is to get it all together and push the buttons and make it happen. Like, here's a look at our number 4 film, bang. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I hit the wrong button because it's live. This is not edited. And, you know, it's funny. I was Nerdrotic, and listen, I've never been on Nerdrotic's show. I've talked to him once. He came out here and visited. He's friends with Gore, but I know Nerdrotic's interacted with me, and we've talked on Twitter. But he was saying something about I posted a new video, and I replied, I can't even imagine making a video. Like, I don't. When this is over, let me explain how the night's going to go here. The stream's going to be over very shortly, and then it's over. I do not cut anything. I mean, rarely. I did on Sunday because I had those evaluations, 3 of them. Go check them out. We had Begonia, whatever the other two were. Oh, Chainsaw Man, really loved. And then the third one, oh, House of Dynamite. All three of those are on. I cut them so they're short, right? Because when I do a stream like this, we're over an hour. So for some people, they're like, well, give me a 4-minute clip. Give me a 2-minute clip. Give me a 4-minute 5. But I don't produce them, right? Whatever you're watching here live, if I cut it, it's the live version. I don't redo it. For good or bad, there's times where I go, I wish I would have said this or that. But you know the beauty? Can I just tell you that the beauty of making things in the moment is that when it's over, you can turn it off. Like you turn off the water. It's over. This is done. I'm moving on. And then I can shut it down until we come back on Sunday morning for the Midnight Movie Money, which is a really easy show to do for me because you're just looking at box office receipts and riffing on that, right? Here's what this did, and is this good or bad in the lens of what it should be doing and its budget and all that. It's really easy for me. You know, truth be told, a lot of these streams are really easy for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm lazy. Okay? I'm not lazy about the gym. And that's about it. Everything else I'm kind of lazy about. I know that sounds weird to not be lazy about the gym because I've turned the gym into a habit. I've turned the gym into something I do like eating, sleeping, showering, right? When it becomes that and it becomes just something you do, you don't think about it. That's what the stream is essentially to me now. I just go, oh, I can do it. Tonight I almost didn't do a stream. I go, and I go, you know what? It's going to be easy for me to do. Let me just start. And once I start, I'm like, I'm good. Because now what I know I need to have off the top, right? For me, I need to have things like the song, okay? So like tonight, let me just find it. For those of you just joining us, when I start, I always find, I won't do a show without a song now unless it's like something right out of theater and I have no time. But okay, when I come out, I always want to have something. So look, this is what we started with tonight. Because this instantly tells me it's go time. And let me tell you, there's a lot of times I'm sitting in this chair and I don't even know if I'm going to go or not. I'm like, wait, and I literally, there's a button here that says go live, and I go, we're jumping out of the fucking plane. And then once this is on, there's no going back. There's something to that in life. Let me just tell you. Go. Don't overthink. Jump. And that's what we're doing here. And there it is. There's the Alice Cooper song that we led with. But now I know the sequence that gets me into it. Some of you say I'm too long-winded on the front end. Fine, I don't care. It's my show. I'm not saying it's not designed for everybody. It's not designed for views and clicks and likes. It's designed to have a conversation about movies and other things in the world that I find interesting and from my point of view, and very, very opinionated and very fearless and very objective. And that's how we do it. So I hope you enjoy it. And that's going to do it tonight. I'll be back on Sunday. Hey, listen, be safe tomorrow. Halloween's a crazy night, right? I don't want you guys out there, don't be drinking and driving and stuff. I'll be on my bike. So if I'm drinking like a 40 ounce of Miller Lite, which I probably would, I would drink a 40. When I was a kid, when I was going to college, I would, with my friend Keith, we'd go out and get 40 ounces of Miller Lite, and we would plow those fuckers, and we'd walk into the club, 700 Club in Columbus. When I was a DJ, we walked into, there was a bunch of them. Oh, what was the underground one? Purity. There's a bunch, dude, I know all the clubs from Columbus back in the 90s. But I was a DJ, right? I told you guys that. I was a rave DJ, and I also DJ'd in clubs. And we would drink a 40 ounce of Miller Lite, and then I would go in and dance to like awesome 90s house music. That was my youth. It's created the weirdo that you're watching here tonight. But it is what it is. Shout out to Columbus, Ohio. Anybody who's watching from there, it's my hometown. Eventually, I'll go back there one day. I know it. I will. At some point, LA will be over. I'm back to Ohio because that's where you go back to where you were, right? That's just how it ends. The circle of life. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. See you back here on Sunday. Be safe again. Happy Halloween. Let me pull that up one more time. Thanks for being here. I spent some time on this graphic. I get some love for this graphic. Hold on, look, one more time. Some love for the graphic, everybody. Thanks for being here. Peace out. Enjoy your Halloween. See you back here on Sunday.